And welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a crank sensor. I've already set up the car. Pretty much what I've been having is an issue where the car will be driving down the road and it'll just randomly shut off, which is actually extremely dangerous if you particularly here up in Maryland, because we have a lot of single lane bridges with no pullover zones. So pretty much here you can see the crank positioning sensor. What's happening is that the carriage seems to have come loose or something, that the sensor shifted inside the little cage that's there, and it's hitting the reluctor wheel. So I'm going to assume that the sensor is failing now, because I adjusted it back to where it should be, but the car continues to shut off, and you can, every now and then you can hear it tapping either the sensor or the cage since it shifted. There we go. So anyway, I took these off and I wanted to do a little side-by-side comparison, because some people will see this cage and they'll be like, oh, that's an old style, blah, 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 blah. But what they don't realize is that there's the old style where the crank sensor doesn't have this like triangular shape. They're more of just like a little rectangular stub that sticks out from here to there. And this one, on the other hand, it does have the cutouts, which you can see there. It has the cutouts for the angles and everything. So this is not like the 85 model per se. So both brackets are still right on the sensor. The only difference is that this has this cage and it has two little screws in the back, and pretty much I could put this sensor in there and it fits the same. But I'm gonna go and not do that, because I have a feeling that what's happening here. So I got a feeling that what's happening here is that the wheel's hitting this, and which obviously it is. You can tell there. But so the wheel's hitting this, and whatever it's doing, it's messing up the little magnet in here. So it just pretty much makes the car shut off. The ignition seems to think it's a cam sensor moving, and the cam sensor is perfectly fine. The slack in the chain it's a brand new chain, there's no slack. I already checked it as well, because I was second guessing myself. So I just wanted to give you a little quick reference in between these two styles, and yeah, so now we're gonna go put this one back on. And before we go put it back, I just wanted to show you what the pieces are on this sensor. So you can see that it's the same triangular shape and all that, like I was mentioning before, but it has the openings on this. So yeah, I don't know if you can tell there where the reluctor wheel is actually eating away at it, and yeah. So here you see me checking the clearance with the gauge. Once I checked the clearance, I spun the crankshaft by hand just to check that the other tabs were true. Here you can see me using an Allen wrench to fix some dings that I found on the reluctor wheel. I am not sure how these occurred, but they were getting really close to the sensor, so I decided that while I was down here, I'll take care of them and pull them out. Once I was happy with the fit, I decided to mark all of this with that black marker and then run the engine just to double check that there wasn't any rubbing.
Okay, good. So that's pretty much it.